Your website. It's slow sometimes. The web is complicated and unpredictable, and your users likely experience your website slower than you think. As a web developer, you probably know this, and maybe you even feel a little guilty about it. You feel like your team should track web performance, but it's complicated, and the tools are really expensive and really confusing. As a small team, or a small business, you have a million things to do. Customers to help, features to write, and beers to drink. You just don't have time to set up business transactions in App Dynamics. You don't have the patience to figure out how to get actionable data out of New Relic. And you don't have the money to pay for an enterprise tool like Splunk. Hi, I'm Todd Gardner. A few years ago, I presented Track.js at Minnedemo, a service that helps web developers know when their websites break. We've been really successful, and we've helped a lot of companies build better websites. Now we want to help companies build faster websites. This is Request Metrics. Request Metrics helps small teams build fast websites. It's simplified performance monitoring that shows you how real users are experiencing your site and what bits are making it slow. Let's have a look at it. I installed Request Metrics on our trackjs.com website a few weeks ago. It was super easy. I just copy and paste this one line into my HTML, and boom, it's done. Once installed, I can see this performance dashboard for my site. Request Metrics captures performance information about how real users are experiencing each page of my site, as well as how each API endpoint is called from those pages. The dashboard rolls all this up to show me the average performance for my pages and for my API endpoints. It also shows any active performance alerts that I should know about, as well as listing the busiest and slowest things on my site. Let's have a look at our pages. These are all the pages discovered by Request Metrics. A page is defined by a URL. Request Metrics automatically discovers and groups URLs, pulling out the ID segments and stripping query strings so that you have a normalized set. We can find our pages with the most views, the most unique views, or other performance indicators. Let's have a look at our busiest page, the root of trackjs.com. Looking at a page, Request Metrics shows you what steps in the page are slow. For us, it's usually blocking assets or client execution time. You can view this data over time in the page load breakdown chart. This can show you when you're hopefully making progress on a faster site. You can also see the distribution of how page performance has been for your fastest and slowest users. Request Metrics also tracks your API endpoints, showing you how fast they perform and which pages call them. Let's check out this capture endpoint being called. This is our API that captures new JavaScript errors from the page. Its performance is a reflection of how our overall system is running. You can learn a lot about your system health by watching API performance. It's pretty good. Our capture endpoint seems fast and stable. As great as these reports are, you have way more important things to do than stare at performance metrics all the time. Those features aren't going to write themselves. Request Metrics comes out of the box configured to notify you when your pages or endpoints slow down. This capture endpoint has slowed down a few times in the last 7 days, so let's have a look. When Request Metrics detects that something is wrong, we'll grab a bunch of historical data so that you can see the context of how this URL has performed and what's happening now. Alerts are based on rolling averages so that individual spikes in your data don't create a bunch of noise for you. We'll also surface the impact of this alert, showing you what other pages were impacted when this API slowed down. Request Metrics is simplified web performance monitoring to help small teams build fast websites. The service itself is super fast, despite the volume of data that we're collecting. We accomplish this by aggregating our metrics and our metadata as we capture it, and roll it up to the minute, the hour, or the day. This enables us to fit our entire dataset in resident memory. That's right, we made our big data fit in RAM. Our dataset is hosted in Redis and backed up to an offsite disk. The system runs on load-balanced bare metal hardware with tons of RAM, running .NET Core on Linux. If you'd like to learn more about how we built this, check out our video series, Building Request Metrics. My team and I recorded a lot of our conversations and coding sessions and published them for you. We hope to share our ideas and our approach to building fast and stable systems. You can find those on YouTube or on our website. Today, Request Metrics is live and ready to help you build a faster website. For only $10 a month, you can stop feeling guilty and see how real users are experiencing your site and how to make it faster. Let us help. Join us at requestmetrics.com.